stop recording for the last few minutes because it's just taking too long for the first boot up. But I've noticed the fan is now working in the computer. It was dead silent before. Now it sounds like it's running fairly high. I'll put the camera close, see if you can hear anything. Keeping in mind it is very quiet in my house at the moment. If you can't hear that, I wouldn't be surprised. It's extremely quiet. And it's actually fairly impressive how quiet it is. I mean, it does sound like it's spinning fast, but considering that it's dead quiet in the house and the laptop's very, very quiet, it's a good thing, especially for an Ultrabook. You want it to be sleek, you don't want it to make any noise. So I'm quite happy with that so far. I'll run some tests on it later, allowing the fan to get to 100% capacity, if it's not already, that is, and we'll see if there's any difference to the sound. The PCI SSD, you won't be able to hear that drive. Perhaps if it was out of the computer and powered on, you might hear a slight buzz, but SSDs don't tend to make any noise like your standard hard drives used to make. Reason being, there's no moving parts. It's not a spinning disc or anything like that. So they're very, very quiet. And they're great for energy consumption as well. They don't use much power at idle, and they don't use much power even whilst they're being used. Perfect companion for an Ultrabook. So it's been over half an hour waiting for this computer to boot up. I'm not confident that it is going to. It's only my first try. I haven't hit the power button again or anything like that. So I'm going to call Razer. I've got their number there. Okay. I'm going to call Razer for support. I haven't actually registered my product just yet. I hope not to do it right now. I just want to get this video finished. Let's see what they have to say.
Thank you for calling Razer Blade Support. Please hold while your call is transferred to the next available support representative.
Thank you for calling Razer Blade Support. My name is John. How can I help you?
Hi there. I've just got my new Razer Blade Stealth in the mail yesterday, and I'm attempting to boot it up for the first time. I did charge it last night for 3 hours straight as per the start guide. The problem I've run into is it's been booting for over half an hour now.
It's overbooting? What do you mean by that?
It's been booting up now. Well, it's been over half an hour and it's yet to start up.
Alright, is it the first startup basically?
Yes.
The first startup, okay. At what screen are you looking at now? Is it in progress or there is a buffer line?
Yeah, so there's a buffer circle, a loading circle on the bottom of the screen, and the Razer logo in the center of the screen.
Okay, and I believe you are plugged into the unit. Okay, so for the first startup, it normally take about that long, about half an hour to boot up because it's the first startup. So just give it a couple of minutes more, and if it still doesn't start up for the next 20 minutes, I think it could be that the window is corrupted, or we might need to look into that.
Which might be corrupted, sorry? Windows?
It could be the Windows that is corrupted. So just let it load first for a couple more minutes and see whether that boots up or not. By the way, I would like to clarify with you, where did you make the purchase of the unit?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Where do you make the purchase? Is it through our Razer Zone website or through your reseller in your country?
Through the Razer Zone website.
Razer Zone, yeah, that should be fine. Just give it a couple more minutes and see whether that boots up or not.
Okay, so it's common to take between half an hour and an hour to start up.
Exactly. It is because it's loaded on Windows 10, so just give it a couple more minutes. It will take some time to load that up. But if it still doesn't work in the next 20 minutes, then probably the Windows is corrupted and needs to be reinstalled.
Okay, so I should give you a call back in 20 minutes if I'm still having trouble.
Yes, anytime.
Thanks.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I may have lied. It's actually been closer to 40 minutes already. Not 45 minutes. I've had to crop this video. I'm going to have to crop this video about 1,000 times to cut out all the boring bits. That phone call, I don't know if you'd say that went well. I'm going to say not, which is a bit disappointing. I'll keep you guys posted. So I've been waiting over an hour for the Razer Blade Stealth to boot up for the first time. It was charged for 3 hours straight last night, which is recommended in the startup guide. I'm calling Razer support again. That's the number there.
Please hold while your call is transferred to the next available support representative.
I was told by the last support representative to wait up to an hour. Hi there, I've got a brand new Razer Blade Stealth which I received in the mail yesterday. I'm attempting to boot it up for the first time and I've been waiting over an hour and it's yet to boot up.
I see. First of all, the unit is able to boot up, but it's like stuck in a loading screen, like it's spinning around. Is that right?
That's right, with the Razer logo as well.
I see. So basically, the unit wasn't able to fully boot up.
That's what it seems like.
Okay. As for this, I'm going to send you an instruction on how to do a system recovery. I will provide you a guide for that in the email. So you can try doing the system recovery first. If it still persists, then. But first, can I know where you purchased this unit from? Is it from our Razer Zone website?
Yep.
I see. Then we will most likely provide you a replacement. You just received it like yesterday or today, right?
Yesterday, yep.
Yeah, today. If the issue still persists, then we will most likely provide you a replacement for that. But do try the system recovery.
Okay.
Alright, but first I will create a new case for this. So I will require your first name, your last name, your email address, and your phone number.
Okay guys, the computer has finally booted. So after leaving it sitting for probably 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it obviously wasn't going to boot. I was given advice by Razer to let it sit for up to an hour. No difference, the fan was going full ball, so it was trying to do something. The thinking light was definitely on the front. Anyway, I've just turned it off, turned it back on, and it booted within 5-10 seconds, which is good. So here we are. This is the first screen. Hi there. Let's get a few basic things out of the way. So picking the language, English, United Kingdom. What's your home country? Nope, you can only use one letter at a time. Let's see. Australia. Bear with me, I haven't used a trackpad for a while. Preferred language, keyboard layout, time zone. I'm in Melbourne. So, nope. That is +10. Okay, that's annoying. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I've well and truly got 2 fingers on the trackpad. put in any letters. I've just manually scrolled through. This is actually quite rubbish, don't you think? Okay, but the scroll wheel is absolute trash. Scrolling through on the trackpad. Log into my internet. This says AC Wi-Fi, ABGN and AC Wi-Fi all inbuilt, as well as Bluetooth 4.1. Great. Changing these at any time. Scroll to see more. Location services, speech, typing, calendar, contacts. So it wants to use some express settings. Anyway, we'll just use express settings for the time being. Again, that's promising. This is basically the boot screen, so I'm not sure why it's gone back. If it's rebooting or it is actually corrupt Windows. The light on the front is red as opposed to the green, which is the only other color I've actually seen. Okay. I've got to run through the two-step verification because I've set that up for my Microsoft account. Just waiting on a message with the code.
1621 466.
There it is, 6 digits. Nope, 7 digits. So far, it's obviously been a disappointing process to get this thing started. I suppose any sane person who's not recording this probably would have shut it down and tried again straight away. Let's not worry about a pin for the moment. Yep, happy to use OneDrive. I currently use it on my home PC. Cortina, sure. Cortina is a bit like Siri for your iPhone, but the Windows version, or the Microsoft version. That's what I was looking forward to. Hi, we're happy that you're here. Lots of great features to get excited about. You can hear the fan spinning all the way up and coming back down. That is definitely max fan speed. It's not loud or obtrusive at all, but it's definitely on daily use. That wouldn't be a comfortable noise, but I can't imagine it working at full capacity often at all. Not unless you're editing videos, reformatting things, creating transitions and animations. But even then it won't necessarily work at 100%, the CPU or the fan. Red lights turned off, screen's off, fans off. Yet again. I'm not sure why it just powered itself off. Again, boot menu. I highly doubt that's normal for the boot menu to come up every time you start a computer. I'm certainly not used to it with my home computers. Especially with the PCI SSD. You would think it would boot up too quickly to show you the boot menu, but it might be a feature of this motherboard. Let's start. Great. Adding some new features to Windows. Sounds like a bit of an update happening. This is the Windows home screen by default. There's a couple of things still loading on. You can see on the cursor there. Here we are, login screen. It's reusing my profile picture from my other computer. Great. This is quite funky. It's automatically set the background picture as per my home computer, which I think is actually pretty good. And it wants me to log straight into Razer Synapse, which I'm happy to do. And I'll get my keyboard keys organized. Make sure I'm not missing out on anything this computer wants for my account. As we can see down the bottom, Internet Explorer, File Explorer, Microsoft account and Razer Synapse logos. First thing I'll be doing is getting rid of Internet Explorer and replacing it with Chrome. Personally, I find it a much better web browser, easier to use, better security features, and it's also less strenuous on the system to run it. Okay, so there you have it. First start is completed. Only 2.5 hours.